Greetings, YouTubers! I stopped by Barnes & Noble on the way home from work last night and picked up this, The World of Smurfs. Don't worry, I'm not going to see the movie. In fact, I'm never going to see the movie, unless my nephews really want me to watch it with them. In that case, well, there's precedent. I've watched Ice Age 3 with them once. I've watched Open Season with them once. So, if they look at me with those big brown eyes and really want Uncle to watch the Smurf movie with them, I will. Once. Actually, there's not much chance of that. They don't seem to be interested in the Smurfs. I've sent them copies of the comics, now available in new English translations from Paper Cuts. Sponsorship? That was worth a shot. And their indifference appears to extend to the film, so I guess that's good. I've been a fan since the 70s. Yes, I'm that old. See, my mother comes from Germany, and we used to visit Germany every year, so I saw the toys and read some of the comics in Fix and Foxy, which is a German comics periodical. So I knew about Die Schlümpfe long before I knew they were called the Smurfs, let alone Les Schtroumpfs in the original French/Flemish. Then in 1981, Hanna-Barbera adapted the comic into a Saturday morning cartoon series, and so of course I watched it, and I learned a lot more. Then the next year when we went to Germany, I picked up some of these. Yep, graphic albums, La Bande Dessinée. Ich weiß nicht genau, wie so etwas auf Deutsch heißt. Comics wahrscheinlich. And then I immediately noticed there were differences and started to complain about every single change Hanna-Barbera made. Sometimes justifiably, sometimes not. Okay, almost entirely, probably mostly not. Never did it occur to me that both translators might be taking equal but different liberties, or that maybe sometimes Hanna-Barbera wasn't taking a liberty while the German translators were.
For example, Jokey Smurf, der Überraschungsschlumpf in German, was Le Schtroumpf Farceur. And in the original French, Gargamel was Gargamel. Pretend I said that with a French accent, while the German version translated his name as Gorgelhals, literally gargle throat. So of course I went on and on about how dare they not translate his name directly as Gargle Throat, but instead come up with this phony, made-up, incorrect, wrong name, Gargamel. What does that even mean?
And I'm not buying the Naruto DVDs because they translate some of the techniques differently than the fan-subbers. It's analogous. I had no idea what taking liberties truly was. This book is very interesting and informative, and it's got some interesting extras here, like a Hanna-Barbera model sheet, a partial mini-comic, a sticker sheet, and a map. Oh, I do love maps. I have quite a collection. Now, I've read the whole thing, and my only complaint, other than that it's not thick enough, thus precluding the inclusion of things like a complete comics guide or a complete episode guide, is that the section listing the characters rarely lists the original French names. Not a big deal. So if you're still a fan of the Smurfs, or you were when you were younger and still have some warm nostalgic feelings, I'd suggest you get the book as opposed to watching the movie. Jump cut.